Why should we be excited about your game?
I don't know, Andrew, tell them. Why should they be excited?
Because you get to blow the crap out of everything.
Yeah, there you go. That's what Mercenaries 2 is all about.
Yeah, it's about being a mercenary.
Yeah.
Being the guy who can do the job that no army can do.
You got to do that in the first game. What's different in the second game?
Well, the second game, we're really, number one is pushing forward to next generation and really pushing the level of destruction and the destructibility, integrating the details of the destruction into the gameplay. In the old game, you destroyed a building and that was it. New game, buildings destroy in pieces. So you may have bad guys that are actually in the building shooting out of the windows. You could call in an airstrike, destroy the whole building, or just destroy a section of it. Or you may have a bunch of bad guys that are sitting underneath an overhang on a building. Blow the overhang off, let it drop on them and destroy them. So the level of detail in the destruction just pushes forward and really opens up more gameplay in there. The new game is set in Venezuela. It really has a style and vibe, and we're really starting to understand the mercenary character and how we can make it cool to be a mercenary and what it's like to be the biggest badass out there.
We just did more of everything. So I mean, the world is one huge streaming open world, whereas before in Mercenaries 1 we had to break it up into different parts. And again, to Andrew's point, we've just filled it and packed it with a bunch of different stuff. What do we have, like 130 vehicles that you can blow up, you can steal, you can use, you can attach C4 to them and throw them into a building and then blow that up, and there's just a lot of stuff that we've been able to pack in this time around.
Water's a big new addition. Yeah. Last game, we kind of modeled the mercenary after Josh couldn't swim. He went in the water, he died. It was horrible.
That's right.
This game,
now I know how to swim. I've learned how to swim.
The mercenary has learned how to swim, so not only can it blow up everything, fly helicopters, drive tanks or whatever, he can swim now.
One thing that has me very excited is the co-op that is planned for it. Right. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, it's pretty amazing.
Well, the co-op is great. What we really wanted to do was make the single player and the multiplayer experience the same. So I can be playing the single player. I'll see Josh come online. He'll say, "Can I join your game?" We go. We do the mission together. So the open world really lets you kind of develop your tactics together. The problem is that he's always stealing my bounties.
So we fight a little bit, little tug of war. I toss him out of the helicopter and I win.
Yeah.
I don't really have the whole co-op thing down so well yet. But,
Sharing.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
So you recently announced new versions of the game, that it's not just coming out to PlayStation 3, but also PC, PlayStation 2, and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you plan to do that? I mean, obviously the PlayStation 2 version can't be as fully interactive as the others.
Well, first of all, we've been working on these on all the different platforms for well over a year now, and we've been dying to talk about it, but we weren't ready to show it yet. So now we're ready to show it. So at this event, we're showing it on the 360. One of the reasons why we still wanted to make Mercenaries 2 on the PlayStation 2 is, on Mercenaries 1 on the PS2, we were really pushing the limits. I mean, we were just doing some amazing stuff. It was a very robust tech. We weren't prepared to walk away from that yet. I mean, we can still do some incredible stuff on that platform, and so we still wanted to bring Mercs 2 to that audience. Will it be the exact same game as the PS3 and 360 versions? Obviously, there's some technological limits that we have to deal with, but we're actually able to capture a lot of the essence and feel and all the the great fun that we're packing into Mercs 2. That's going to be on the PS2 version as well. So we're really jazzed about that.
Just when we finished Mercenaries, there was a lot of stuff that we still felt like we had in it on the PS2. We would have loved for the console cycle to have gone on, and had a lot more time with it. It's going on to next gen. It's a game that was built for next gen, so it's awesome. But the PS2 really, it's a better game than the last one, and it's new. It's got all the style and vibe, and we're very excited about it.
I would love to see a portable Mercenaries, though. Is that something you can promise for the future?
Interesting idea. The great thing about the Mercenaries franchise is there's so much you can do with. There's so much to work with and you can play with. So, right now we're having a lot of fun on these 4 platforms, but stay tuned. Who knows?
So have you already done all the voice acting and all of that with Peter Stormare? And
oh, he's a fantastic character. So we're really excited to have Peter Stormare in the game for a second round, and we have another, an extended cast of characters for this game too. Andrew was telling about how we've really developed a really robust story. We have a great cast of characters. Peter Stormare just anchors it for us, so it's pretty fun.
Could you tell us anything about the new characters that you're bringing to the game?
No, we cannot. But it's a great question. I love it that you asked that question. I so want to tell you. But obviously we will have a cast of characters supporting the Mercenaries. There are multiple Mercenaries. But right now we're just talking about Matthias, our Swede. So that's all we're focusing on right now.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you. It was great meeting you. Thanks.